Hi everyone, welcome to my pantry. So most people do a crib tour. I'm going to do a pantry tour because it is the most important part of the house for me. So excited to show you guys everything that I've done. Let's get into it. So the first thing I did was I needed to create a structure of thinking about where everything should be stored. So I actually partnered with the Container Store to create a bespoke wardrobe for all my food goodies. And so I decided the types of shelves I wanted, from how big I wanted them to how small I wanted them, the type of drawers that we have, what I wanted to be exposed versus what I wanted in the drawers. And so creating your structure at first is really important. And you can do that by figuring out all the bits that you have in your life that you want on these shelves. Don't do it based on aesthetics, do it based on the practicality, because that's what's gonna bother you the most. So I started off with the structure, as you can see here, all of these shelves, and then how I wanted to store things. So I'm someone who has been trying slowly to get into being more conscious about the way that I store things to do with sustainability. I've got so far to go, but I started off by changing and making the decision that I will not store things in plastic where possible. So I decided to get these glass jars. They are more of an investment, I will say that. They're more expensive than your average plastic containers, but honestly, they look prettier and they're a really good investment. So as you can see, all of these, they're all glass jars. So it's a glass jar and it's got a bamboo lid and it's got little suctions, so it actually does keep things really airtight. I've got a lot of my snacks in here. Lots of the goodies and the treats. Like these Made Good bars, I really like them for a little snack. And honestly, I have the whole team, my team and Jay's team, that work from the house. So it's really important to me, even when friends come over, to have an area where people don't feel like they have to ask me for things. Everyone can just come in here, grab what they want. My dream whenever I think about having a house is having a place where people can come and feel like it's their own home. So I have everything from sweet snacks, like the kind of healthy bar options. So we have these protein bars. Oh my gosh, I've tried these and these are phenomenal. I was living off eating one of these every single day when I was trying to cut down sugar, but I still needed a sweet treat, and also lots of protein. These have like 16 grams of protein and less than a gram of sugar. They're like chocolate caramel flavored protein bars by Misfits. Love these. These are fruit roll-ups. So I feel like this is like the healthiest snack. We recently purchased these. There's lots of different flavors. They're just organic pineapple with coconut. This one, they've got no added sugars or preservatives. Again, if you're trying to go like zero sugar or added sugars, this is a really good snack for that. And also, I got different size jars because sometimes you don't know the sizes that you need. So I ordered a bunch of different versions and then just saw how many of each that I needed. So that's a good trick. Don't buy all jars the same size, because inevitably you're gonna have things that are larger than other things. I am a sucker for savory snacks. If I'm completely honest, I think about savory snacks far more than I do sweet snacks, which is why we have all of these chip options. We call them crisps in London, but Americans call them chips, so I had to convert a little bit. So we have a chip section and everything from like popcorn. Skinny Pop has been my go-to lately, so good. And then these, okay, these are a bit of like a cheeky indulgence, but they're so yummy. The salt and vinegar reminds me of home because salt and vinegar is such a British thing. And they do it in that flavor, which I love. And then these are like the healthier versions of popcorn and those love corn things. They're popped water lily seeds. If you haven't heard of these before, they actually are better for you because they don't raise your blood sugar levels as much as corn does. They're easier to digest and they have lots of like vitamins and minerals compared to corn. So if you get like a tummy upset, by the way, from popcorn, which a lot of people do, this is a really good other option. Another trick that I learned is to put all the cheekiest snacks at the bottom and put the healthiest snacks at the top at your eye level. So you look at that first and then you slowly come down to this area, because then you're more likely to pick the healthier option than you are the cheekier option. Also, make sure when you are stacking, put the older snacks at the front and the newer snacks at the back. Make sure that you get through the older ones, because the last thing you want is to be eating like gone off snacks years and years later that have just stayed stale at the back of your drawer. You'll probably be able to tell that my cheekiest snack that I have to hide from myself are these. Okay, I love Siete. They've become my new favorite chip. This is the Fuego flavor. Is that how you say it? Fuego? Fuego. They're spicy and they're like limey and they're chili and they're just everything that you want a chip to be, and they're crunchy. So that's why they're in the drawer. not to be seen. There's like the ones that you see at eye level, the ones that are kind of tucked away, and then the ones that have to be completely hidden away from me. One thing I loved about doing the custom design with the container store is I could pick the handles I wanted to, and I didn't want a silver one. I really like gold, and there were so many different options. And I felt like this one made it feel really modern, but still, you know, practical as well. It's really nice making these little touches to make it your own. I saw it, I had to have it. I hear the crunch. Moving on swiftly, we have our nuts and seeds section. Also, kale crisps. Kale chips are really nice to get a lot of like B12, vitamins A, vitamin K, but still get that crunch feel if you don't want to eat a chip. These, literally, I missed M&Ms so much. When I turned vegan, I used to love crispy M&Ms so much, and then I heard about Unreal. They are unreal. They literally taste like crispy M&Ms, and then they've got the chocolate covered peanut ones. A little bit healthier for you. They're vegan. Definitely my go-to whenever I go. Oh, whenever I go to the cinema, this is my haven. I take a big bag and I fill all these snacks for me to get out in the cinema. It makes me so happy. And oh my God, who chunks? The chocolate that you need in your life. It's sweetened with coconut sugar, but these chocolate covered cashews with vanilla bean, no, I would literally eat a whole packet. I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm not really a coffee drinker, but what I am a fan of is really pretty coffee machines. So this is something I bought. Well, a lot of the team drinks coffee, but honestly, I bought it because it looks so beautiful and I wanted this section to be like a coffee tea corner. I got this Smeg coffee machine. Can't say I've used it yet, but I will do, maybe just for the smell. I love the smell of coffee. And then I picked really nice glasses. A lot of these glasses were actually from Amazon, and I got such cool ones that I just think are simple, practical, and look really, really nice. Even these, this was the Amazon purchase too. Just perfectly sized, like a good sized glass, but really pretty, very minimalist. This is one of my favorite things. If you are saving on space, you have to start utilizing it with like hooks and things on walls. That's what we did here. This didn't come with the whole setup, but I think we ordered these off like Amazon or something and got these hooks put in. And now look, all these beautiful mugs just hung up ready for your coffee that I don't drink. These are actually part of the similar set. They're also bamboo tops and glass bottoms, again from the container store. And then I found some matching ones as well for some of the smaller stuff. So I've used Lazy Susans before, like these, honestly just for condiments like bottles, but I really like tea bags being on show, especially the salmon ones because they're actually really beautiful and aesthetic. We ended up using it for this and I really appreciate it because you can see all of the different teas that you've got, and also you get to do this. More jars, more jars, more jars, and then baskets. Because I don't know what I'm going to put in these yet, but look, I don't want to just fill things for no reason, but I feel like I'll find something, and they also look really pretty. I'm still working on this area, but I have these little boxes. I don't really know what I'm going to put in there, but I see them being used for, I might make like, look, my keys that can go in there. Also just little things like sweets and open packaged stuff. I really dislike, pet peeve of mine, when you open up a packet of something which have little packets inside of them, like sweets or whatever, and then you just don't know what to do with it because the package outside is broken, and then you just have all these little things lying around. That's why I just like having everything organized in a section, in a box, in a something, so that it doesn't feel like there's chaos everywhere. But I really appreciate having fancy glasses when you're sitting down for a meal, the aesthetic of it, the feel of it, like grabbing a wine glass. My friend Deepika got me Tiffany wine glasses. I don't even know how much these are, probably ridiculous, but she got me Tiffany wine glasses because when she stayed with me during COVID, she was really wanted to find other things to drink except for wine. So I used to get pomegranate juice, like the Pom brand, mix it with sparkling water or like a flavored sparkling drink, and would put it down next to her meal, and she just used to love sipping on it. And she said that it felt like it was more about the experience of having wine rather than the drink itself. So after that, I bought so many different shapes of glasses, like these, just to make mocktails with, and just to keep your, the meal times a little bit more exciting. Honestly, sometimes I'll just crack open a Junie and I'll just put it into one of these and be sipping on it, feeling really fancy. Oh, one thing is, oh, that was spicy. Just had the fuego chip. I'm learning. Okay, one thing I wanted to share was I never grew up eating sweets. It just wasn't something that I did, especially, oh, you guys call it candy. I never grew up eating candy. But sometimes I get this urge to eat like a chewy sweet. But when I see glucose syrup being the first ingredient in normal ones, I can't do it to myself. So Smart Sweets, for anyone who doesn't know this brand, it's amazing. It's also a female owned company. I really appreciate what they've done. They've done everything from like cola bottles to sour watermelons to so many other things, but definitely my go-to whenever I want a chewy sweet and just really satisfies that urge for anyone who's looking for it. This is the last section of this part of my pantry, but I would say it's probably the most boring section, but the most useful section. So it's where I keep most of my grains, my leftover spices. Oh my God, I'm gonna show you my spice drawer soon. So excited. It's in this video, keep watching. But yeah, where I keep all my leftovers or extras of things. So the best thing to do is also categorize according to things which are the same, because you'll know where to look for it. So for example, I have a full noodle area, noodle or pasta. And then again, pastas are here. By the way, pastas that I love, especially if you're someone who's vegetarian or vegan and trying to get more protein, or even someone who wants to just eat more veggies in general. To get more protein in your diet, there's lots of like red lentil or pea or chickpea pastas you can get, which can just increase the amount of protein that you're having in your general meal. So if you're having a pasta, you could opt for a pasta with higher protein like these ones. So I really like that, just because sometimes I'm not getting enough protein in my diet and I want an easy way to do it without things just being too artificial or gross, like protein powders sometimes. Oh my gosh, this new thing that I have found, I did a reel on this recently, plant protein. Look, soya sometimes can be really difficult to flavor. I seem to have figured out a way to like make tofu taste good. Not boasting, but just saying spices are life. They make such a difference to food. But these plant crumbles, sometimes I don't want to eat too much soya. FYI, soya is not bad for you unless you're eating a ridiculous amount of stuff. The people who did the studies on it are all from the dairy industry who don't want us to eat soya and know that it's good for us. But anyway, back to this. These plant crumbles are actually made from pea protein. They're a really nice way of switching up. Like if you're used to having a lot of tofu, these plant crumbles, in like this whole packet, there is a third cup, so 4 servings per container. Each serving has 15 grams. 15 times 4, 60 grams of protein in this packet, and honestly within a day you could easily eat this. I will also say organization has been so important for me because I didn't know where things were in my pantry, so I would just take a glance and be like, oh, I don't have that, and then I'll order it whenever I was making a recipe, only to realize I had 3 packets of them. I just hadn't seen them. And so I will say, even if you don't want organization to like a neurotic level, what I do think is knowing what you have in your pantry becomes much easier when it is organized to some capacity, which then stops you from over ordering and having too much of something. Now I'm going to take you to my other pantry. Boo! Okay, so I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. This was actually my original pantry. I didn't have that area before, but I was actually really happy with my organization here, so I thought I'd show you really quickly. Categorization by category. Pastas, all the different types. We got the edamame pasta, we got the fusilli, we got the penne, we've got the rotini, and all different colors, flavors, styles, everything that you want. You can pick and choose whenever you want it. We've got our dals, lentils. Would I even be a vegetarian or a vegan if I didn't have a whole lentil section? No, no. So there we have it. We've got mixed lentils. We've got, why are my coriander seeds here? That's not a lentil. We've got mung lentils, green lentils, other mung lentils, other mung lentils, and other mung lentils. That's how many, that's what you could do from one lentil. 1, 2, 3 different things. Lentils. There you have it. And then we have our flour section, cornmeal, all-purpose, cornstarch. Great. Cornstarch is amazing because you can coat your tofu in it and it makes it really, really crispy. Yum. Oh, these are all like the rices and the grains, I guess, here. And then we've got some other bits and pieces here. And then the cans. This is all categorized as well. We've got the cans of beans and things. Of course, we've got Heinz beans, because am I British without Heinz beans in my cupboard? No. And then condiments, because what is life without condiments? Boring. Like to get saucy, I do. Ketchups, mustards. Oh, this is really good. I have to say, I really like this brand, Foddy. So as you guys may have seen if you follow any of my recipe videos, and if you don't, that's just rude. I don't use onion and garlic because they're inflammatories, they're good for you in small quantities, but we as humans have started using them to large quantities, which causes inflammation in the body and causes so many gut problems and then so many things that go wrong. And so There are some brands who have really caught on to that. And Foddy is for gut-friendly things without onion and garlic, things that can inflame your belly. So this ketchup is like that. It does have a bit of sugar in it. Pick your battles. Yeah, you have to pick your battles. And then I have all the different types of sweeteners because I have a sweet tooth, but I like trying to use like healthier options. So we've got date syrup, pomegranate syrup. By the way, amazing. Pomegranate molasses is so good for dressings. Creates this like sweet but very like tangy flavor. And then got carrot date, another date syrup. Why do I have so many date syrup? And sprinkles. Yay! That's all you need to know. Introducing the best spice straws you've seen in your whole entire life. This is how much of a spice geek I am. On my birthday, the first thing I decided I wanted to do in the morning after like doing my meditation and stuff was organize my spice drawer. I was so excited to get it done like this. And look, all it took was, yes, an investment in some jars, doing some labels, but again, you can do them at home yourself. I've still got a few that I need to change, but I have different label styles here. They're in alphabetical order. So we start with A, B, C, but I will say, here's the tip I learned from doing it the wrong way. Make sure you put them in alphabetical order before you put them into the drawer. Otherwise, you're doing jigsaw like all the way. If you find like another A when you've done the full drawer, then you have to take something out. It's just such a headache. So make sure you organize them before you put them in. The reason I have 3 spice drawers, I don't have one, I have 3 spice drawers because spices are literally and genuinely, they give me life in every capacity. Like in every sense of life, whether it's to do with flavor, like you can make just every basic ingredient you have can be completely transformed by a spice that you're using. You can take yourself to different parts of the world just through using spices, and they are so medicinal, and I can't wait. I think I've already done a video on spices before and the health benefits of them. My book that's coming out, that's gonna go into it in so much more depth, and it's gonna really, by the end of my book, I really hope that your spice drawers look like this, and it shows you what an investment in your health it is to invest in spices. So hopefully by the end of the book, you will also know how to use every single spice in this drawer. If anybody came into this house to like take things away, I think I would grab my spice drawers before I grab anything or anyone else. That shows how much I care about everybody else. So that's about it. Thank you all so much for watching. It's time for you to get on out of here.